Is that working? Okay, now it's working. No! I did it again. No! Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Oh no. Oh, that didn't even get picked up on the recording either, because that was an OBS thing. It. Oh, I should have checked. Oh no, I should have checked the mic. Oh no. Um, okay, so for some reason, whenever I plug in my headset that has the mic attached to it, um, if I don't plug it back into like the exact same like USB port, for some reason OBS will not like recognize it as the mic. It will just not like connect it. It will just be there's a headset and oh well. Oh fudge. Okay. Thank you so much, Metalloid Man. I would have gone the whole stream without knowing that. Oh no, cause like my, okay, so it's like, so it has like, so the headset has this little like waypoint in the wire. It's where you control like the volume and you can like mute yourself. And the mute's kind of weird because it's not like the light's on when you're live, it's the light is off when you're live. So when the light is on, I'm muted. But when it's off, then I can talk, and it gets kind of confusing for me because I always associate like, oh, when the light's on, that's when you're live, which is not the right thing. And sometimes I just forget that I even have the mute on because like I'll like keep it on mute while I'm getting everything all set up, and then turn the mute back off. Oh, fudge. Oh god, it's like I double checked the mute before I even looked at OBS. Oh, it's fine. It's fine. Anyways, my name is Sam. Welcome everyone to the stream. Welcome back to, Vampire the Masquerade Coteries of New York. Oh, I had such a great opener too, and now it's too late. It's too late to go back. It's too late. I even forgot why I said to. Damn. Okay, but I was just saying that the VOD for last week's stream is when I uploaded that onto YouTube, got so many hits, like way more than I'm used to. I'm used to like maybe like 10 or so hits per video, and that's fine. I don't really care too much. I'm not very focused on the YouTube side of things just yet. It's just the place where it's just storage for me. But like it's like my second highest viewed like video. It's like just like one or two views away from being like the most viewed. It's crazy. And I don't even know why. It's just me making like simpy noises for a bunch of very lovely vampires. Anyway, so last we left off, we were just embraced into the world of vampires that we had no idea existed before, but now we know, and they're all hot. You're all caught up. Okay, let's go. Thank you again, Metalloid Man. I would have completely missed that. All right. The way you woke up now, you are fully conscious. No grogginess, nothing weighing you down, just the nagging need in the back of your head. That's kind of a trippy thought to just be, because it's not sleep, you're just, like, you're conscious, then you're not, and then you're back to being where you were before. Like, that's such a weird, like, trying to wrap my brain around that is kind of weird. Uh, Hunger. Not as severe as the last time, but unmistakably there. You get up and open the door to the main room. A digital clock in the TV show shows you the time. 9:04 p.m. You walk over to blinds and retract them cautiously. The only light coming in is New York City's artificial nighttime luminescence. I know I probably could have read that with more grandeur than that deserves. Hold on. You walk over to the blinds and retract them cautiously. The only light coming in is New York City's artificial nighttime luminescence. Yep, that's kind of better. When I was listening to the VOD from last week, I was very self-conscious about my reading because, again, I am an untrained. I have no experience in any form of voice acting, performance of any kind. So I was kind of feeling like, the pronunciation's terrible. I hate my voice. I truly hate my voice. I need voice coaching because I really want my voice to be different. And what actually kind of cheered me up though was listening to this stupid AI voice thing. I was like, oh, well, that's my competition. Wow, I feel so much better about my voice. Because someone paid shitloads of money and skirting copyright laws to produce this terrible AI voice for it was for a JoJo anime dub that they used it on. It was like, wow. I feel better. I feel so much better about my terrible, terrible voice. Maybe it's because this game is kind of short and has multiple story threads that you can't get in a single playthrough. So most people would rather watch someone else play instead of replaying for the few different scenes. That makes sense, yeah. I don't think I've ever sat down to watch a stream solely because it was a different a stream of a game I just played, but what always catches my attention of a stream is whenever they're doing something different from what I did when I played that same video game. So I think you're on something there, Mellowed Man. I think that's probably it. Heck, maybe Bruja is the one that almost no one picks but wants to, and sees me playing is yes, finally, I can see this. So that's what your waking hours are going to look like now. You missed the sunlight already. That came with skin cancer. I'm good without it. That's fine. Have you seen me? I was pale before. You're seriously considering just walking out of the apartment and figuring this all out by yourself. But then you come back to the memory of Kadir's exotic sword being raised in the gallery. My voice. Maybe sticking around isn't that bad of an idea after all. Oh, I should have drank some tea. I didn't drink any tea. Oof. I got honey too. I should have done that. Everyone wants to be the hot vampire, not the punk vampire. It's good point, Mellowed Man. Excellent point. You keep jumping channels for around half an hour. Wait a minute, did you just say I'm not hot? I kid. But I'm keeping an eye on you. You keep jumping channels for around half an hour and then switch to streaming services, almost as if the universe has a sense of irony. You catch True Blood and the flood of recommendations. The doorbell rings. How's that volume? Yeah, the volume's pretty good. Alright. It's Sophie. It's her! Oh, God, I wish I had a face mic. I mean, a face cam. Good evening, Sam. Slept well? Yes, but okay, I'm going Bruja. I got toughen up. I gotta be more punk like. Yeah. It's not exactly sleep, right? Like a dead man. Like a dead man. Curious wording, but not that far from the truth, I suppose. No use dwelling on it. I think you will agree with time. Not in the classic vampire sense, but in a post-punk himbo kind of way. Thank you, Metalloid Man. You made the right choice yesterday. I can teach you many things about yourself, your blood, its desires, and its power. We will begin tonight. You are you are hungry, yes? Oh, wow, okay. I'm sure you are. Our kind always is. There's only one remedy. The blood. The drinks we had yesterday at Elysium are not the usual way you slake your thirst. So tonight I will assist you in your first foray into hunting. You need to learn to sense the kind of blood you desire, to understand how you can use the kind's vulnerabilities to your advantage. Thank you, tutorial mom. Alright, hold on one second. Nope. That's conversation. Where is... Oh, okay, hold on. Typing speed. Let's go a bit slower. Text size, small. So tonight I will assist you in your first foray hunting. Okay, yeah. Predator and prey, huh? Grim. No more freebies. So let me get this straight. We are predators. Humans are prey. That's pretty grim. I know what you feel. I remember the notion, but you will inevitably, sorry, just trying. Just a weird thing I noticed when I listened to my VOD was my pronunciation is a lot slower than I expected it to be. So I'm trying to like see if I can't get that all to go in like one go. I know what you feel. I remember the notion, but you will inevitably grow beyond it. You need blood to thrive, but there are many ways to take it. Some more humane than others. You will find that drinking moderate amounts of it regularly will keep the hunger and the whispers of the beast away. You might think yourself monstrous, but there is a balance to be found here. The kiss gives the kind pleasure. You might remember this from your own embrace. Some can even become addicted to the sensation. Just call me outright, don't you? But if you do it right, they tend to misremember your feeding. Hold on. After all, vampires do not exist. They are myths, fairy tales, and pop culture mainstays, correct? Okay, hold on. Sorry, I'm just getting the hang of all this still. She gives you a sly, knowing smile. This is why the masquerade is so important, and even more crucial when you feed. How do I choose who to feed from? Are there better or worse, targets? Don't call them targets, that's somehow worse. Isolate kind are easiest prey. Oh, okay. I thought this was gonna go into more of a philosophical debate. Okay. But But much depends on context. Hunting requires a different approach in a busy club than it does on an empty street. With time, you will have the luxury of finding your preference in hunting methods and prey. For now, I suggest experimenting in moderation. Few people get addicted before they've even had a chance to be fed off a vampire, unless they're true simps. Feeding from the same area repeatedly can be dangerous, but by branching out, you risk the eye of other kindred on those domains you trespass. Alright, lucky for you, New York City is more forgiving in this regard. Do you think that's just shortened for like the text, or do you think like they're actually saying like NYC? Because I imagine like any like native New Yorker would just say like the city. I imagine I don't think, would they? I don't know. New York is in somewhat of a unique position. Many of its neighborhoods remain contested or unclaimed. The reason for this is a lesson for another time, but keep the following in mind. Take opportunities to feed when they present themselves these upcoming nights. As long as you hunt cautiously and respect the masquerade at all times, you should be fine. To wit, I want you to join me for a trip tonight. Come downstairs. Gregory is waiting for us. Alright. Sorry, I'm just a bit too gay. And also, gods, this game is gorgeous. It's so pretty. For anyone curious, this was long before AI art, so everything you're seeing is hand-drawn fantastically. That's just for the future. You know, before the bad times. They might pronounce it phonetically, like Nick. They call this city Nick. Ah, that would be so funny if they did. They might pronounce it phonetically. Okay, the busy street fills the air with traffic noise, pedestrian chatter, and a mix of smells that disorient you momentarily. These warm bodies contain what you want, what you need. You catch yourself. Did you really just think these people as mere sources of blood? It takes a nudge from Sophie to break your train of thought. Her driver opens the door for her, and then tips his hat to you, gesturing to the back of the car. The car casually joins the somewhat thin New York traffic. Whew, that was loud. Is that too loud, or...? Nah, that's fine. Alright. It's still busy in a way only one of the biggest cities in the world can be, but compared to the daytime commute, it's a pleasant drive. You barely have the time to gather your thoughts and formulate a new question before the car comes to a stop. Oh, wow. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Excuse me. Just burped right into the mic there. You're among the tall skyscrapers that make up Manhattan's iconic skyline. Oh, I don't like how I read that. Oh, I already moved on. New York's iconic skyline. Right. Just say NYC as a single word. It sounds like Nick. Yeah. Come, Sam. Park the car. Gregory, will you? Wait, I read that completely wrong. Okay, come, Sam. Park the car, Gregory, will you? Yeah, it's weird that extra, because I keep thinking of, like commas as, like, a pause for some reason. The driver nods. Sophie gets out. You join her, and the two of you walk through the glass doors together. Then the elevator takes you up. You first notice an empty stage with the instruments of a string quartet still in the back. then take in the few dozen chairs in the front. The concert... sorry, my mouth is getting dry. Whew, there we go. The concert seemed... The concert... sorry. The concert seeming concluded, the patrons, all smartly dressed and posh, have spread out over the hall. Sophie strides confidently inside, produces an invitation from her purse that she flashes in front of a security guard. You follow close and are let through without issue. Let's start easy. A social setting like this one would usually prove quite challenging to inexperienced kindred. But consider this evening a small gift from your patron.
She's giving us a gift, you guys.
I'm hoping to procure for you a willing vessel. Just remember what I told you about taking small sips. This one I have a soft spot for. Don't damage her. Now let's see here. There he is. Wait, didn't she say her? Alright, she notices somebody in the crowd, flashes a heart-melting smile, and suddenly even you feel drawn to her. You haven't thought about it before, but it's laid clear before you in this moment. Sophie is beautiful. Just looking at her is a privilege. Just being with her makes you feel elated. Game's calling me out again, chat. Everybody in the crowd, but especially the man who almost tripping over himself to reach her, clearly agrees. They all have wonderful taste. Edgar, I'm so happy to see you. How is your daughter? Is she with you? Oh, there she is. Julie, my girl, come over here. Please. There's somebody I'd like you to meet. The young woman who walks across the hall can't be more than 19 years old. It's clear from her mismatched earrings and the partially faded purple hair dye that she doesn't fit in this crowd. Julie, this is Sam. I think the two of you should get acquainted, and while I talk business with your dad, awfully boring stuff, I assure you, I'm positive you'll like each other. The girl gives you a shy smile and nods towards the balcony stairs. You follow, somewhat unsure what it is exactly Sophie expects you to do. I don't know, this one feels kinda clear. You reach a secluded space from which the entire lobby is visible. All eyes are on Sophie. They listen intently, then laugh when she does. Julie serves you the trouble of figuring out the next step. Okay, how do I voice her? Alright, how do I do upbeat and casual? Alright, if you're at Sophie, then nope, that's horrible. That is just god-awful. Okay, if you were alright, how am I gonna do this? If you're with Sophie, then I guess you're, I mean, that, you know. I guess I could just use my regular voice. She puts her wrist to her lips, then gives herself a theatrical nip. Then looks to you, embarrassed, but also hopeful. Oh, there's the addict she was talking about. What, you're into that sort of thing? Are you into this sort of thing? I know, hypocritical of a joke, of a question, but, you know, just... She blushes, looks down at the floor, nods. Could you? I mean, if you'd like. Miss Langley tells me She swallows hard, avoids her eyes. That it tastes nice. Okay. Take her forearm in your hands. A quick look around confirms nobody's watching, and no security cameras cover this area. You bite down, gently. It's surreal. She's just giving you her blood of her own volition. How is this possible? What about the masquerade? You need to ask Sophie. I mean, I think we know the possible. I mean, we're all on the internet. Y'all know me, at least. I pretty much have a shirt that says William Bloodbag on it. God, I should get a shirt that says William Bloodbag. That's a great t-shirt idea. Maybe a bit too goth for my taste. Oh, who the hell am I kidding? I'm pretty much going through a goth phase in my 30s. Well, late 20s. Your thoughts disappear amid the bliss. There's just the taste, sweet, fresh, sanguine, you drink. Is sanguine descriptive? And drink. And drink. No, stop, stop, stop! You tear away from the girl, the harder than you wanted. Still, the bite leaves just tiny punctures, almost as if by instinct you lick them clean and the two holes become concealed. Just like that. I don't know why, but that part is actually like really cool to me. How like they lick the wounds like closed. Like it's like some kind of like rapid healing of some kind. Julie is now leaning on the wall, pale, wobbly on her feet, but happy. She lets out a dreamy sigh, opens her eyes, a few tears fall onto her shirt. Tears of joy. Thank you, please, can you walk me downstairs, please? My dad, he doesn't know, thinks it's a condition. Miss Langley told him so. Oh, I feel worse. Oh, sanguine means for blood red and passionate. Oh, I didn't know about the passionate part. Huh. Because like I only ever heard it as like a descriptive and like in Warhammer 40k. Like between like, and it was like between like blood angels too, so I thought it was like not only like specific to that saying, but like specific to like that group of characters. Like I never really thought of it like as like a descriptive like anywhere else. Blood red and passionate, huh? She leans on you and requests you walk her over to a bench. She takes a seat and smiles at you. The crowd around Sophie disperses slowly. Looking at her now, only some residual awe hangs in the air. Yes, she's pretty. Maybe even beautiful, sure, but not your type. What came over you before? Game, I can assure you, she is absolutely my type. You walk over to her. Edgar, dear, it was splendid talking to you, but we need to get going. Give Julie my best wishes. Come with Sam. Yes, ma'am. Might as well have a collar on me. Gregory's waiting for you out front. It's only in the car that Sophie addresses you. Oh god, I'm just gonna be like this the whole stream, aren't I? Oh. I can tell from your look that you took the opportunity. Good for you. That girl's exquisite, don't you think? Yeah? You wouldn't tell by her demeanor, but she has so much passion. It brings out a unique banquet in her blood. Okay, that was gonna be my next question. Her blood was delicious. She knows who we are. I feel like I took advantage of her. Yep, that's definitely the feeling I'm feeling. This feels all wrong. I feel like I violated her, like I took advantage of her. Oh, please spare me your dramatics. I'm sure she was happy sharing herself. She's such a sheltered girl. Let her have fun from time to time. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't really judge that much. Again, coming from me, who not 5 minutes ago pitched a willing bloodbag t-shirt. Time for next stop. Training wheels off this time. Gregory, Flushing Meadows, please. The driver takes the car over to Williamsburg Bridge. You settled your thoughts. What did he do the people back there? What's this about training wheels? Why Flushing Meadows? Because we can guess, but like it's an interesting conversation piece. Why Flushing Meadows? Oh, excuse me. Flushing? What for? Other than the fact the Unisphere is beautiful at this time of night. Alright, hold on. Other than the fact that the Unisphere is beautiful at this time of night, it's a great hunting ground on which to try out some of the talents of the blood. We all have our talents. Some of them come from the legacy we inherit from our sire. Others can be learned with experience. I can sway people or make them fear me. I see more of the world and in greater detail than some kindred. I can will my body to move with unparalleled precision and grace, and more. All these skills make me who I am. They also help me hunt. What are my powers? Do I need my powers? Hunt? How do I use my powers? Yeah, because we don't know anything about ourselves. Okay, so what are my talents? Time will tell. You need to discover them yourself. When we arrive, experiment. Give different things a try. Follow your instinct and intuition. It will guide the blood. Always keep the masquerade in mind, however. It is all fine if you can disappear in plain sight or command animals with your mind, but save those overt talents for the right place and right time. I feel like I'm not landing the endings right, like at the end of the sentence. It only takes you half an hour to reach the park at this time of night. Both you and Sophie leave the car, with Gregory left behind again to find a parking spot and keep an eye on the car. Presence, aspects, and clarity are her disciplines. Neat. Yeah, because she's like a century old at this point, right? Like what I'm trying to remember from Stephanie's stream. Sophie seems deep in thought. She takes in the surroundings with a dreamy gaze. The sky is surprisingly clear tonight. The stars just barely visible in the light-polluted aura of the city. I feel like having a snack myself. I'll be by the fountain. Go, look for somebody to your liking. See what effects you can achieve with your blood, but only pick one victim. Just one. Then come back. Seeing how she seems not altogether here right now, you decide to leave Sophie to her own devices and seek out your prey. Yeah, because she did use her presence in the big party we were just at. From here, it looks like you have a few choices. Just taking a stroll around the park and finding an isolated jogger or someone like them could work, but focusing on one area might work better. The New York State Pavilion might work as a secluded spot. My voice cracking. The New York State Pavilion might work as a secluded spot. There's a skate park nearby, and worst case scenario, there's bound to be some unfortunate wino around. Or maybe the tennis court's nearby? There's light coming from there, so somebody might still be playing a late night match. They won't be alone, but they might be tired and let their guard down. As these scenarios play around in your mind, you realize you're planning on how to assault a stranger in the middle of the night. It's a weird way to be, but the now familiar hunger prompts you to act. Am I still hungry? I mean, I am using my powers this time around. Search for a victim around the park, hunt near the decrepit pavilion, look for prey at the tennis court, take a walk, but don't feed. And we did just eat. Oh god, this background is so gorgeous. It reminds me of long-time viewers would know Darkwood, because a lot of the I wonder if that's by the same people actually. Because in Darkwood, whenever you go to talk to another character and it cuts into like a scene like this, and I don't know, there's something about the art style and like the way like things slightly move. It reminds me of Darkwood a lot. Search for a victim around the park. Hunt near the decrepit pavilion. Look for prey at the tennis court. Take a walk, don't feed. Vampires are always hungry. Good point, Melloyd Man. I feel like the park we might run into like young folk or like homeless person. The pavilion? Oh, well, it's a decrepit pavilion. Maybe that's more likely for a homeless person. I don't want to bother like a poor homeless guy who's... I feel like they got enough shit going on as is. Look for prey at the tennis courts. I'm feeling the tennis courts. Let's take a look at the tennis courts. You decide the tennis courts are as good as a place as any. Oh, but wait, they're probably gonna be like lit, like very bright. Oh, this might be like a bad idea. Like especially compared to like the other places. Oof. You decide the tennis court is as good a place as any, and make your way to the bright yellow of the lamps illuminating the area. Yep, there it is. As you guessed, a pair of players, 2 men, fit but older, maybe pushing 60. What the hell are you doing up this late? Are finishing up a match. They are the only ones here. It's time to make a move. Oh, I have to too. Barge into the showers. You think back to what Sophie did in the hall. How she managed to focus the attention of the entire gathering on her. That might be a tall order for you, but a single person? Could be doable. You wait patiently until 2 men hit the showers, get out, and say their goodbyes. They... I'm so glad I did not barge into the showers like a bad porno. They go their separate ways, and one of them notices you standing there. You immediately grab his attention. He's so old. Good evening. Oh yeah, I'm having a blast. You? Won both sets. Not bad for a grandpa. He's clearly very happy with himself. You decide there won't be a better moment to strike, moving closer casually at first, then closing the distance in a single leap. You sink your fangs into his flesh. His blood flows fast and feels energizing. You'd never expect an invigorating taste like this from a guy who's at least your father's age. You only take as much as you need right now, though a voice at the back of your mind urges you to keep drinking. Fit or not, you don't want this guy on your conscience if you take too much. Yeah, he's like 60. He's ripped for 60, but like... Should have like asked him first, like, you got heart problems? Like, anything I should know about your blood pressure? You put him on the ground gently and make your way back to Sophie. As you're leaving the courts, a figure emerges from the shadows and stops you in your tracks. A hooded man is looking menacing at you. Oh yeah, I remember this guy. Malloyd man. I forgot the hat. Hoodlum, what do you think you're doing barging to my turf like this? Like... No, wait, that's the log. What the hell's a lick? Derogatory term usually used. Dress young and inexperienced. Okay. I'm a lick. Didn't mean trespass, I'm gone. I didn't mean trespass, sorry, I'm going. Too late for that, friendo. You want to leave here in one piece? You talk. Candidly. I know what you are, so you can shove that masquerade misdirection up your ass. Oh yeah, he's like Anarch or something, right? Now, better tell me who you're with before my posse shows up and we beat it out of you. I'm with the Camarilla. I'm here with Sophie Langley. Big talk coming from a chump. The Camarilla. Chill out, I'm with the Camarilla. He does anything but chill out. He immediately tenses up, gives you an extremely nasty look, and bares his fangs. You, the Ivory Tower? Huh? Well, tonight's my lucky night. I'ma fuck you up and bring you to Callahan. He'll have some fun breaking your shins, and maybe by the end of it, I'll get to have a nice long sip. I wonder what you taste like, Lick. So, I in the game don't know, but me in real life know. Me playing the game knows. You never drink another vampire's blood. That's a no. That's a bad thing. He does his best impression of Hannibal Lecter's. What? He does his best impression of Hannibal Lecter's and a nice Chianti shtick, but he's not intimidating as he thinks. I think I'm too young to get that reference. I never actually watched any of the Hannibal Lecter like films. I never even watched the show. Call for help. Clarity, run back Sophie fast. Call for help. So I feel like if I call for help, I can like start making a scene, and that's something that he probably more than likely doesn't want. But also, I don't think we want attention drawn to us either. So I'm gonna run back to Sophie. You take off fast, faster than you've ever run. The hoodlum has trouble keeping up, but howls behind you like an animal and gives chase anyway. As you reach the Unisphere again, you slow down, noticing two people near the sculpture, a man and woman tangled in passionate embrace. No, not exactly. It's Sophie feeding, so same thing. But this whole scene is set up so that it looks like a couple getting intimate in public. She pulls it off like she's done it 100 times before. It occurs to you that she probably has. The man is unsure on his feet as he lets go of him and leads him towards a nearby bench. Noticing you, she whispers something into his ear and leaves him. Her driver appears from behind a tree. Oh shit. You know what? I should have just stood my ground. That's what I should have done. Oh, dang, because I think I just led him back here. Well, Sam, how did it go? You're about to answer when the same figure as before emerges from one of the alleys. He looks at the three of you and a predatory smile creeps onto his lips. You thought you could run away from me, Lick? Think you'll be safe with your friends? Well, I have friends too. He makes a motion and shout, but two things happen almost at the same time. First, that feeling of warmth and beauty emanating from Sophie flares up again, entrancing both you and the hooded thug. His shout comes out as a weak, confused
Squeak! Meep! Meep!
Second, Gregory produces a wooden stake from a holster under his jacket and slams it into the thug's chest. Fuck yeah. Gregory's a badass. Just like that, in a few seconds, the posturing vampire is down on the ground, paralyzed. I see you've made a friend, Sam. Curious choice of company, I would say. Who is he? Fuck if I know. He knew I was a vampire. He mentioned a Callahan. He said something about presenting me somebody named Callahan. Ever heard of him? She looks shocked for a split second and covers her regular countenance. Countenance. Yes, I have. This hoodlum is Anarch, then. Oh, wait. This hoodlum is Anarch, then? Curious. Oh, excuse me. What's going on? getting the burps today. Corono Park has not been claimed by any kindred last I checked. Let's go to the car. We'll put him in the trunk and present him to Kadir tomorrow night. Oh. God, calm down there. I'm sure he'll be delighted to make this unbound's acquaintance. Gregory carries the snake vampire and dumps him in the car's trunk like a mannequin. It's a strange sight, and you're quite happy you're not in the poor fucker's shoes right now. Ah, my... Hold on, get a drink. Oh, I should... Okay, next time I'm not streaming until I get a water bottle, because I'm almost out. It's almost surprising that you can get away with just casually throwing a stiff into your car and driving away. But then you remember that Sophie has been doing this far longer than you have. Still, the nagging thought that anything you did tonight could have been recorded on a CCTV camera or picked up by rando with a half-decent smartphone and streamed online fills you with dread. Oh, God, such long sentences. Hunting and using your abilities is a dangerous business. It's clear that this whole being a vampire thing has about as many caveats as it has perks. Oof. You've taken out of your headspace by Sophie's voice. I'll pick you up tomorrow night. Same as tonight, I have some business to attend to at Elysium, and I expect you to accompany me.
She's inviting us?
Plus, our friend in the back needs to be properly introduced to Kadir and the prince. I'm sure he'll have some interesting things to say to the court. Her voice is cold, cruel, and nothing like the enchanting personality she showed at the gallery earlier tonight. Sophie is clearly a woman of many faces. I wish I knew that earlier. Could just give her a more cold voice. Although, it's not like I'm a great voice actor, so it's probably no real difference coming from me. What's going to happen to him? Good riddance, guy's an asshole. I do the same thing as a place. What's going to happen to him? The usual, I imagine. Interrogation by Kadir, probably in the basement of the gallery. A quick trial with the prince in attendance if she's there tomorrow night. A swift execution as the verdict. This all sounds eerily familiar to you, and you can't help but feel guilt when you think about what awaits this guy tomorrow night. You haven't told me how your hunting went. Getting the hang of it, I would hope. I'll take some getting used to. I'll need time to get used to this. It doesn't come naturally. It will, with time. You need to think about it less. Hunting is the one scenario in which you'll do well to trust your instincts. In moderation, of course. In moderation, of course. She seems distracted, not all there. Her thoughts drift and the car remains silent until you reach your apartment. We will pick you up tomorrow evening. Good night. Just like that, without any further courtesy, Sophie leaves, driven to her apartment by Gregory with a body in the trunk, right in the middle of Manhattan. Did you cross paths with situations like these in the past, unknowingly? What other secrets do you pass on the streets without knowing their true nature? Your haven is just as you left hours ago. Although the sun won't come up for some time, you feel tired. You learned something about yourself today, and it'll take time to process. You're not in the mood for television, and a few books on the shelves in the apartment are either in languages you don't speak, or sound like a boring read. Oh yeah, that's right, this is a new apartment. Oh yeah, so probably like takes some getting used to this. Probably like a really weird area that you're just not used to. Nothing left to do but rest. You settle in the back room, lock the door, a moment of hesitation, but then decision. This time you turn the lights off. You think back to Julie. How many people in this city know about this vampiric society? How many are willing accomplices in sustaining it? And the thug you met in the park, if he's not Camarilla, then what is he? Are there independent vampires? How does that work? Not as well as you'd think. More questions. You begin wondering if there's ever going to be a night where you can start crossing them off the list instead of adding to it. You close your eyes. You sink into the now familiar void of nothingness. It greets you with open arms, like an old friend. Yee. Alright. So I guess there's nothing else we can do, so just rest. Oh my god, it's already been... It's almost an hour. Getting really getting, if you forgive the pun, I'm getting really sucked into this game. You open your eyes. It's pitch dark here, the blackness of coffin drifting in the abyss. Oh right, the light. You grasp for the switch, flipping it. Sorry, it's just like really funny to think of like waking up and having that kind of like dramatic, gothic thought of like darkness embracing me. Oh wait, the light, forgot to turn that on. You grasp at the switch, flipping it. The familiar. Come on, just say it. Just say the word. The familiar. What is happening to my mouth? What's going on? Hold on. The familiarly cramped room with a steel door and no windows comes into view. You emerge from the bedroom fully awake, just like yesterday. This time, however, Sophie is waiting for you, comfortably seating the sofa in your living room space, a book in her hand, The Melancholy of Resistance. The title's sure on brand.
She's here.
Good evening, Sam. Good evening, Sophie. Sorry to have kept you waiting. Good evening, Sophie. I hope you rested well. Tonight will be quite eventful, I think. Come, we have an appointment. I received word Elysium would be called again tonight on account of your unruly friend from Oh my God! Come on, Sam. Corna. What is going on with my brain? Corna Park. This should be a great opportunity for you to mingle. We're going to a party. She keeps talking as you walk downstairs and get in the car. Gregory gives you a slight nod and a small smile while opening the door for Sophie. He starts the car when you take your seat in the back. Most of the PERMISION council is bound to be there, at least those you usually attend. Probably some other important personalities you do well to at least learn about. Yes, Mom. Who should I talk to? How should I carry myself inside? More politics. Great. Yeah, that sounds like a brouhaha thing. More politics, huh? Great. Sounds delightful. You should get used to it. We kindred the love scheming in our nightly dance macabre. Hold on, let me try that again. We kindred love scheming in our nightly dance macabre. Here in New York City, it's relatively local and harmless, all told. Times are changing, though. She stops herself and seems to be gathering her thoughts for some moments, while shooting you a scrutinizing glance in the rearview mirror. There are power plays put in motion decades, even centuries ago, which only now are bearing fruit. Being immortal gives us plenty of time to think about our next move on a chessboard. That reminds me of Port Saga, where I'm blanking on the main character's name. Tells you that you should, like, if you're gonna be a vampire, you gotta learn chess. Because every vampire worth their salt is just gonna, like, throw chess puns at you. It wouldn't hurt to start thinking about yours, as long as you discuss it with me, of course. I would be a horrible vampire, because I have, like, no ambition. At any rate, you should behave yourself tonight. Remember what I told you about reflecting on me as your patron. I have a reputation to uphold in court. Do not tarnish it. There it is. She might have saved you. She might be protecting and teaching you. But it's clear what she's really concerned about. Her own interests. I am so much of a simp that does not bother me. I mean, in reality, sure, but in fiction... Oh, step on me. You step into the art hole. God, art hole. You step into the art hole with something of a bad memory. The last time you were here, your entire world had been turned upside down, your existence nearly ended. But tonight there is very little outward hostility. Yes, Kadir gives you a look that's definitely intended to remind you of your place. Sir! Also intended seems pleased to see you. Wait, hold on. Sorry, I just got a text from my mom telling me that the Oscars have started. Which I kind of do want to watch, but like I know there's unless someone else gets slapped, I'm not that interested, because I just know it's just gonna be a bunch of like because I just know every comedian is gonna have the slap joke of some kind like throughout the whole night. I'm not that interested. Call me when Everything Everywhere All at Once wins a bunch of like awards, then I'll show up. Oh my god, this year's been really good for, or not this year, but the past year was like really good for action films. Like from across the world in terms of action films, like wow. But tonight there is very little outward hostility. Yes, Kadir gives you a look that's definitely intended to remind you of your... Okay, alright, read that. Okay, the prince. She had more of a colder approach. Welcome, Sophie, Sam. Did I get that right? Good evening to both of you. I understand there is somebody else you wish to present to the court tonight. That's really loud in my ear. That's really loud, just in general. Hold on 1 second. Just gonna turn that down. There we go. Sorry, yeah, the volume was really peaking up there. Yes, Prince, they will be joining us shortly. My assistant is retrieving them presently. Oh, actually, can there be... Yes. Okay. Turn the music just down a bit. No, wait. That's going to be just a bit smaller. Okay. Back up a little bit. There we go. Okay. Yes, Prince, they will be joining us shortly. My assistant is retrieving them presently. Okay, Kadir. Kadir was my horrible attempt at playing tough guy. This better be worth the prince's time, Langley. No, wait, his voice was a lot deep. Or like I was attempting deeper. This better be worth the prince's time, Langley. This better be worth the prince's time, Langley. Ooh, oh, that's getting my chest to vibrate a bit. All right, hold on. This better be worth the prince's time, Langley. Oh gods, I gotta like bend my back really far to get that. The prince gives Kadir a cold glance. Forgive the sheriff's harshness. He's in a particularly foul mood tonight. Something to do with Sam's begetter eluding his grasp, I believe. Ouch, that must have hurt his ego, even if his only reply is a crooked smile. The mention of your sire makes you come back to all the talk of erstwhile societal norms and disillusionment with the status quo you enjoyed back in the club. Look at you now, behaved, agreeable. Well, not for much longer. Get a Molotov cocktail, let's go! She likely wouldn't be too happy with this whole setup. Prince, court, hierarchy, tiles, but hey, she's gone. Probably forever. If you ever break out of this, it'll be on your own. The flaring up of whispers in the gallery hall breaks you out of your thoughts. Gregory enters the room. The jumpsuit-clad, inert vampire is still staked in his shoulder. The show is about to start. Damn, Gregory's rolling with the high society too. I want Gregory's job. That sounds badass. Sophie's driver places his charge in the middle of the room. Oh, no, maybe he's like a familiar. Like, maybe he's not even like human. Oh, no, wait, are there like humanoid familiars? I'm thinking too much on this. And nods respectfully to Kadir. The sheriff approaches the vampire and removes the stake from his chest. The captive's eyes flicker to life and he starts looking around in disbelief. Like a cornered animal, he backs out on all fours, keeps going in circles until he realizes he's trapped. Yep. Kadir steps on the man's chest and pins him over the floor. Oh. 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 It should have been me, damn it. It should have been me. Alright. Why? Who do we have here? Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. No, come on. Don't. Wait, hold on. Silence. Wait, nope. Silence. Nope, that's still not right. Silence. Silence. It's fine. One of these days, I'm actually going to take a voice coaching class. Or at least watch some videos online. One day. The sheriff takes on an aura of utter dread. He appears as if he's a primal force of nature that's out to get you, and there's absolutely nothing you can do but shrivel in terror. Don't make the joke. Don't make the joke. Just gloss over it. Gloss over it. The beast inside you shrieks, and you could swear it happens in unison with the instinct of some of the other guests here tonight. It's unlike anything you've experienced in his company during your turbulent first night as a vampire. Oh, dang, excuse me. Sorry about that. He really did go easy on you, all things considered. It seems like it takes all the hoodlum's willpower to not crawl into a fetal position and start crying. No, please don't hurt me, man. Don't. You and me are gonna have a little talk downstairs at the prince's discretion. Please, go ahead, my sheriff. You heard the prince. Get up. Let's go. He doesn't wait for a confirmation. He just grabs the man and drags him, kicking and screaming out of the room. Conversations start all around you, some whispered, some quite overt. Sophie looks somewhat bored of the whole affair, her eyes wandering from art piece to art piece, clearly finding nothing to her particular liking. Torture in an art gallery? Will Kadir manage on his own? What happens now? These all kind of feel like they're saying the same thing. For how cultured you all seem, torturing somebody in an art gallery doesn't seem to faze you. Oh please, do keep your naivety to yourself. No! No! I feel bad now for asking a question. That's probably something to do with something else with me, but dang it. I feel like I disappoint her now. Power and violence have always been two sides of the same coin. Most of us here are far too old to bother with keeping up appearances. Excuse me. Sophie leaves your side and goes to a corner of the gallery where a group of kindreds, some seemingly pretty old-fashioned, gathered. A concierge offers you a drink, still warm. It smells nice. Just a sip to start you off, a splash over your palate, coating your tongue and the inside of your cheeks. Nourishment. You're left to your own devices. You have a quick look around. The prince is currently talking to a dark-skinned woman that you recall seeing here those few nights ago. She has a cold but noble countenance to her. Her conversation seems to be casual. A loud, shrill laugh turns attention to the bespectacled man who you saw with Sophie on the night of your judgment. He's making rounds, chatting up different patrons. You feel somebody's eyes on you. A casually dressed, plain-looking man stands alone near a column, watching you. He turns his gaze away sheepishly when he realizes you've noticed. Ooh, decisions. Okay, talking to the prince sounds a bit too bold. Because I want to stay on Sophie's good grace, and talking to the prince sounds like it's going to get us into trouble. Chat with the man with the glasses. That feels like we'd be digging for more information. Confronting a man that's looking at us, though. There's something about this guy. It's not that he's staring at you. Most everybody in this room has at one point or another. It's how he does it. He seems shy, maybe even afraid. It's hard to find a secluded spot in the gallery tonight, but this guy has an entire corner of the room to himself. As you approach, he's standing alone with no glass in hand, a worried look on his face. So what's so interesting about me? Good evening, Mr. Larson. Or you can call me Robert. Either's fine. That's, one heck of a case of bed hair. So who are you? Why are you standing here alone like this? I'm not hugely liked around these parts. I'm surprised you want to talk to me. Then again, you're new, so you probably don't know. I'm with Prince Panhard's PERMISION. I'm here on business, in case the prince requires my insight. Usually it's so she can hear me out before ignoring me. Not sure if you were paying attention the other night, but when the prince mentioned diverging opinions on whether you should be executed or not, that was me. I was the diverging opinion. So you were the guy who said, don't kill him? Wow, thank you. What was your reasoning? And you were ignored. Not that I'm ungrateful, but out of curiosity, what was your reasoning? My reasoning? Just common sense. That you shouldn't be blamed for being assaulted and essentially murdered to boot. But as Kadir loves to say, the traditions are clear. Listen, I don't want to be rude, and I appreciate you reaching out, but word of advice, stay away from me. Okay, immediately turns around, walks away. Hold on, I'm gonna stretch a little bit. Many vampires in this sect regard my position as PERMISION to be some kind of joke, you know? You talk to me, they'll notice, and they'll hold it against you. Gotcha. You have a quick look behind you and see that a few of the kindred keep shooting you curious glances. One woman in particular, a redhead, boasts a fanciful hairstyle, watches you disapprovingly. No! That redhead is probably Sophie. Some of them already do, I imagine. Okay, just turn around now. Excuse me, I need to try to get a word in with a few PERMISION members before Kadir returns. Enjoy your night. With just the critical looks of a few kindred to keep you company, you start thinking about who to pursue next. You notice Sophie mingling with some other kindred, clearly in her element, and not to be disturbed. Kadir hasn't come back yet, so you can probably still find time for one last conversation. Chat with the man in glasses, talk to the prince. God, I want to be bold. Talk to the prince. Yeah, let's... Why not? I think this feels like a general, like, just get to know everyone kind of thing. You approach the prince, trying to stay as respectful of her private conversations as possible. She glances at you as you step forward, a scrutinizing gaze mimicked by her companion. She addresses the dark-skinned woman before turning to you. Excuse me for just a moment, Samira? Samira? I've seen that word spelled out, name spelled out so often, but I don't think I've ever actually heard it pronounced. Samira, I guess. Yes, Sam. What is it? I want to give you my thanks. I want to ask about Sophie, I want to ask about Camarilla. I want to give you my thanks. I wish to thank you for sparing me, Prince. I realize it wasn't an easy decision to make, and I want to express my sincere appreciation. How thoughtful of you. She takes a long look at you before she continues. I don't do it from the kindness of my unbeating heart. You're an asset to Miss Langley, to Camarilla, and to me. I believe I made the right decision. Prove to me and the other kindred of the city that it was so, and there might be more to your future nights than just survival and servitude. I don't know. The sound cam pretty good. Can I stay at the survival and servitude part? The dark-skinned woman looks impatiently at you and catches the prince's attention. Forgive me, that's all the time I can spare right now. We have some things to discuss with Samira still. Enjoy your night, Sam. Same to you. Just bow and leave. Alright. You leave the two women in their conversation, which they get back to almost immediately after Prince turns to Samira. A loud exchange near the staircase grabs everyone's attention. Kadir is back, and the hoodlum is with him. The sheriff pushes the other vampire inside the room. The vampire that threatened you last night is a mess. That stupid hat is still inexplicably on his head, covering some of his ruined face in welcome shadow. He's barely conscious. His shin is broken, you think. Something protruding there, making the pant leg bulge. One arm seems twisted at a strange angle. Very little blood, surprisingly, but clearly a whole lot of hurt. Well, Kadir, did our guest cooperate? Tell the prince your name. It's Howard. Howard the vampire. And who do you run with, Howard? The Midnighters. It's a bitch and vampire clan group name. An INLCUDING coterie, my prince, active for some time now. Though from what this one told me, the name is about the only legacy the group has kept over the years. Wait, hold on. An INLCUDING coterie, my prince, active for some time now. Though from what this one told me, the name is about the only legacy the group has kept over the years. I see. Hey, Prince, I didn't mean it. I didn't know. I don't. A loud crack makes some of the guests audibly gasp as Kadir's slap dislocates the man's jaw. A spray of blood creates something like an abstract art piece on the floor. Damn! This one is guilty of threatening a member of the Camarilla and claiming a domain without the prince's approval. That alone would be enough to pass swift judgment, but he is also anarch scum. My prince, there can only be one verdict: final death. Do your duty, sheriff. Oh, excuse me, my voice. Unless, of course, somebody would like to play at being a good Samaritan like our dear Miss Langley a few nights ago. The look the prince serves you and Sophie is a cruel jest. Sophie takes it gracefully, smiling and slipping her arm under yours in a strange public show of affection. Nobody says anything. The vampire named Howard jumps to his feet and makes for the window. Grab Howard. In a split second, you make your choice. Focusing your blood, you dash forward and grab Howard by the back of his jumpsuit, pulling him away from the window. You expect some resistance, but find you don't have to worry about it when a swift cut separates Howard's head from his body. You let go, and the headless corpse slumps to the ground. I'm not a good Bruja, am I? Kadir is standing between you and the window, his sword drawn and an ugly smile on his face. Well, Sam, your eagerness is laudable, if unnecessary. That Howard fellow couldn't have hoped to escape his fate. not facing Kadir's expertise. However, I have made note of this show of loyalty. Both your and your patrons counts. We did a good thing. Or, well, I say we did a good thing in the sense of I hope this makes Sophie happy. I would like to thank Miss Langley for bringing this anarch thug to my and Kadir's attention. I assume all have found the verdict satisfactory. It's a rhetorical question, and everybody here knows it. Then I consider tonight's meeting concluded. Good night to all of you. She steps out of the room, and you see that many of the guests move to do the same. Sophie seems to be conversing with somebody, a serious-looking man in a trench coat, about what transpired. You probably have time to strike up a conversation of your own, too. Kadir Al-Asima... Wait. Asami? Asimi? Nope. Siri, I'm not talking to you. Stop. Oh, wow. How do that's another name I've never actually heard pronounced out loud before. Well, Kadir is still here. Apologies for butchering that name. For one, but clearly getting ready to leave. Larson is still moping around, and the other man you noticed before Kadir brought the Anarch in is still chatting with the remaining attendants. Talk to a sociable man. I want to talk to Kadir. The sheriff's mood seems to have improved, so you decide you won't get a better time at saying your piece. He is just sheathing his sword as you approach him. He notices you just before his face turns from a melancholic frown back to a regular predatory smirk. You seem to have caught him in a moment of reflection. What is it? What is it, Sam? I wanted to thank you for bringing me here. Is everything alright? Impressive work tonight. Can I thank him? Is that something I would do? Is everything alright? Is everything alright? I feel like this is like the long way to is everything alright, so I think we'll go with this one. I want to thank you for bringing me here in one piece, for giving me a chance. Emotion creeps on Kadir's face. That you haven't seen the sheriff exhibit yet. Is that gratitude? It's fleeting, only there for a moment, gone in the blink of an eye. It's there! It's there! It was trying on my nerves, and you are still far, far away from proving that it was the right thing to do. So don't think that a few kind words will let you off the hook. Hold on. Still, I have to admit, I was as surprised as the prince when you jumped at the opportunity to stop the Anarch from escaping. I was sure Valerie would have beat you to it. If there's nothing else, I'll be taking my leave. Why are you so mean? Do you enjoy being sheriff? Can you tell me something about Sophie? I was wondering if you could tell me something about Sophie. She talks a lot about the Camarilla and other things, but I barely know anything about her. Did they have a thing? I can't remember. I don't think they did. Oh, I can tell you something about Sophie. Something she wouldn't want you to hear. Like the fact that she's manipulative and vindictive. I mean, we knew that going in. Come on, man. But then again, which of us kindred aren't? Exactly! You want to know more about Sophie's past? Ask her. She's unlikely to tell you the truth, though I'm quite sure she never told me, despite our previous history. There was history. That's what we do, fledgling. We exist for centuries and we lie. To our families, our friends, our lovers, to our kindred, sires, and childer. Childer. And childer. To ourselves. Alright, hold. Childer? Okay, what's the difference between child and childer? Is child? Is it the same? Yeah, it's just the same, right? Why is it... Then why is it usually, like, written without the R, then? It's supposed to be, like, plural, like children? But... He picks up the sword and turns toward the stairs. Good night. And watch yourself. You've messed up my batting average, so I'll be sure to keep a close eye on you. Okay. With that final threat, he leaves the gallery. Oof. It's right about when Sophie also ends her conversation and walks over to you. Interesting evening, wasn't it? Come, Gregory's waiting downstairs. She seems preoccupied with something and not in a talkative mood. It's an awkward ride back to the city. This time you arrive at another building, just 2 streets across from your apartment. She brings you upstairs, though through a very nice lobby and luxurious-looking hall into her domain.
Just take us back to her, please.
Please have a seat. I shall be right with you. When I said this was what the whole stream was going to be, I was not kidding. It was just going to be me and squeaking. That's all it was. You take in your surroundings. The apartment is like a gallery, an old school smoking room, and you've seen some period piece once, and a Noir Richie's living room. I don't know words. Meticulously combined together. She has fantastic taste, though. Just, whew. Apologies, old habits die hard. Clearly some stick with you even after your death. She drags her cigarette and breathes out. Breathes. Wait, breathes? How is she doing that? Can you do that? Hold on. Oh yes, you might not know. Oh, God, excuse me. Oh yes, you might not know. It takes some practice, but you can keep smoking if you'd like. If you'd like. Other things too. Experiment. You might surprise yourself. But I do not bring you here to show off. This is where I rest these nights. That door in the back, the bedroom, similar to yours. I have servants, bodyguards in addition, of course. Mm-hmm. I brought you here because I need you to trust me. When I told you before that I needed your best behavior to uphold my good standing with the court, I meant it. But that's not the whole story. I have your interest in mind too. That's why I've given you your own haven. Why I'm trying to teach you how to navigate this new reality. But you need to trust me, or else this won't work. You can come here whenever you feel like asking me something. When you're in trouble too, though I hope that won't happen often. I would ask you to come here when you wake up tomorrow. I'll have something to discuss with you. I'll be here as soon as I can. Why not discuss right now? Trust needs to be earned. Okay. Come on. I'm all for it. Okay, I'll come over first thing tomorrow. Tomorrow night. Yeah. I appreciate that. God, I'm horribly fucking easy. I'm just so down bad. Oh, heads up, I think this is where I'm going to end the stream when it comes to like the next night. Because it's been like 2 nights now. I think it's a good place to stop when after this. That science again. There's definitely something on Sophie's mind tonight, but she doesn't seem eager to share it with you just yet. I'm leaving for another visit. Come downstairs with me. We'll give you a lift. A quick trip, a promise that you'll show up tomorrow, and some polite goodbyes later. You open the door to your haven and gather your thoughts. It's exciting in a way. being dragged deeper and deeper into this secret society and its rules. Whatever Sophie has planned for you, it's bound to teach you more about this thing you have become. You sink into your vampiric sleep with just a sliver of hope. It's a welcome change. And rest. Rest. Alright. So this is where I'm going. Oh, that's a long one. Yeah, this is where we're gonna leave off for tonight. Because if I keep going, then it's probably gonna be like another hour, maybe. Yeah, so I think this is where we'll leave off for tonight. Yeah, so we're having a productive time. Alright. Thank you all so much for coming out tonight. If you like what you see here, there is a link to my YouTube channel in the my profile information on the Twitch thing, so you can see all my past broadcasts. Please hit that follow button so you'll know when I'm going live next. My next stream is this Tuesday. It's Control Tuesday with more Control with Jesse and such. That'll be fun. And then after that, it will be Sonaka on Thursday. Oh, wow, excuse me. I'm definitely going to go and eat something. Let's see if there's anyone we can raid. Oh, wow. No one. Okay. Kind of surprised by that, but that makes sense. Everyone's probably like watching the Oscars or something. So, thank you all for coming out tonight. So much tonight. Please like, share, subscribe, all the good stuff. Tell your friends if there's anyone that you think might like this channel, and me being me. Please share it with them, because I'm trying to get to at least 25 followers, hopefully 50. That's the goal, to get to 50. Yeah, please share it with as many people as you can, or at least with people you think would like this. All right. Thank you all, everyone. Have a wonderful night. Have a wonderful time. Stay safe. Love you all. Bye bye.